Hey guys, I'm DM Scotty. Welcome to the DM's Craft. Today I want to talk about mounted characters. I don't care what you do with them in your bedroom, but I'm talking about the game table. Okay. Now, one kind of problem with miniature RPGs has always been putting characters on mounts, like horses. And it's kind of extrapolated as you play a fantasy RPG, because there's usually more than just horses that the characters can ride. So you start to run into a problem of, how do you, show that it's mounted and dismounted on the figure. Now, horse models, some lucky people might be able to find their character mounted. Some, they do make these that are mounted and unmounted or dismounted, but that's very rare. So for most fantasy figures, you're not going to have a mounted version of your model, and to second that, you may want to ride something else, and then you're not riding a horse anymore, and you're riding, say a griffin or something like that. Then, how do you do that? Well, I've come up with kind of an elegant and easy solution to this problem. It works great in game, and I like it much better than some alternatives that I've seen. One alternative is a company that makes like a kind of a it's almost like a 2D horse that has the center cut out, and you can set the miniature on top of it. Those, I think, really are not that appealing. Or you could even do a cheaper version that I'm going to show you today, which would be a 2.5D version. You could print out tops of horses and put them on paper and cardboard, and then just set the character on that. So that's a cheap way to do it also. But I like to have the 3D figures. So this is the method I came up with. So let's go to the table and I'll show you how it works. So here we have our characters riding through an area, and you can see what the difference is between a mounted figure and a normal mounted figure. I actually put the figures on the back of the base, okay? And so that signifies that the figure is mounted, all right? And that's I think that's a very elegant solution to this. Let me give you a closer look. So you can see that I've got the figure mounted, but I've got quite a bit of room on the back of the base. So I move the figure towards the front of the base, and then leave enough area that a 1-inch base will fit on the back of that. So then, anytime I can use this as a regular model, or I can put the character on the base and then mount that. Okay. So the bases you can use the Games Workshop bases. These are like cycle bases, I think. You can also, Gale Force 9 makes a very similar in size to this, and those are perfect as well. I actually like those better than the Games Workshop bases. Or you could just cut them out of cardboard, some thin cardboard, and that's really it. So you can see we have the different characters mounted on their horses. And you can also do this with flying mounts also, which is what's really great about this technique. So let me show you that too. Now these are characters mounted on griffins, and you can see I did my flying technique with the dice boxes, and it's the same thing. These aren't the cycle bases. These are some cavalry bases that Gale Force 9 makes. But you see I did the same technique where I leave the space on the back, and then the character can fit on the base, and so then that's how they're mounted. Okay. So I've always thought this was kind of an elegant solution to this problem, and I thought I'd share it with you all that haven't seen it yet. So take care and happy gaming.